Breaking news. CNN learning that El Salvador has rejected the Trump administration's request to return Kilmar Abrego Garcia. That is the man who was mistakenly deported to a notorious mega prison over a month ago from Maryland to El Salvador. One U.S. official telling CNN that El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, has made it clear that he will not release Abrego Garcia. But, of course, the reality of it is that he's there because Trump sent him there because he asked Bukele to take these deportees. And Trump is now making a stunning admission. I mean, it's maybe not, maybe it shouldn't be stunning, but it is because he's actually saying it now. He is saying that he could get Abrego Garcia back if he wanted to.
Most Americans would agree that they want to get rid of fraud and waste. Yes. And now you're saying that the greatest accomplishment of DOJ was that they've solved IT problems?
And I spoke to another cabinet secretary yesterday who said this has been a, quote, wonderful accelerant.
So what?
This continues. The program continues.
Whatever they say to be able to put on a good face.
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry. I'm frustrated.
I mean, you look enraged.
I'm frustrated like most Americans because we want to know where the cuts are.
Gretchen, let me just hit pause here. I mean, look. People get worked up at this table,
yes.
yourself included, all the time. Let's not call people angry when they're simply making a point.
Well, she's very upset.
Like I just have to say that because I think that
you're blaming it on IT.
Let's deal with.
I'm not blaming anything. I'm saying it was a good byproduct.
Scott and Gretchen, just give me 1 second, okay? Let's deal with the issues at hand. We don't have to, say you're angry, this. She's just making a point, okay?
All right.
As far as I'm concerned, you randomly kidnapping folk and you throwing them out of the country against their civil rights, against their constitutional rights. And frankly, how would they feel if some other country decided that they were going to just start throwing people randomly in our country? Like that is absolutely insane. Yes. So yes, all I got to say is y'all need to get these fools out of here. But Deborah, as far as I'm concerned, you randomly kidnapping folk and you throwing them out of the country against their civil rights, against their constitutional rights. And frankly, how would they feel if some other country decided that they were going to just start throwing people randomly in our country? Like that is absolutely insane. So yes, all I got to say is y'all need to get these fools out of here. But Deborah.
She said, what if another country was sending people in our country?
Like Venezuela?
Like when we had 10 million people coming the border under the Biden administration?
And then some of them have planes that flew them out from their country to America?
Aren't they protesting about that right now?
Didn't some of them get sent here by the government?
Is this why the American people said we want them gone?
Yeah, 11,000 of them murderers?
Go figure.
And I listened to a podcast the other day, non-political, and it was just the FBI, like he was an FBI guy for like 20 years or 25 years. And he was saying like back even in the 90s and stuff, like there was a lot of like spies in America from other countries. So he was like, do you think that there's spies in America right now? He said, oh, there's tons. I said, dang.
Oh, wow.
Duh. We seen somebody come across the border and say, "You will know me soon."
Jasmine Crockett, we ain't heard about
our
her.
country.
She claims she claims she is an attorney, but she just doesn't know the law because
she knows she chooses to ignore it.
It's illegal. Jasmine,
the children that you mentioned were not deported. They went with their mothers. Their mothers requested that the children come with them. So their mothers were deported because they were illegal aliens.
They didn't get through process.
And so
to go through
they went.
Process.
So there's really two choices here: split the family or keep the family together. The U.S. government's policy here was to let the mothers decide. The mothers decided to take the children. That's number one. On the Garcia case, effectively what you all are arguing for, passionately, and what Democrats are passionately arguing for, is for the President of the United States to re-import a dangerous member of a transnational terrorist organization who has clear affiliations with a gang that commits heinous atrocities. That is not what he was elected to do. And whether you bring him back here or not, I'm just going to explain to you the politics of this through telling you what the Speaker of the House, Hakeem Jeffries, did today, which is that he told his members, please, for the love of God, stop going to El Salvador and dying on this hill. The politics of this could not be worse for the left and worse for Democrats because the president knows he was elected to protect us from MS-13, and that is what they are doing.
None of the things you just said have been proving.
What do you say about the tattoos?
I say that what Trump said yesterday was an absolute lie.
It's not.
They're not Photoshopped. Are you saying the MS-13 that Donald Trump claims are legitimate tattoos on this guy are true? Are you saying the Photoshop?
She's talking about the translation in the picture where he said this tattoo means M, this tattoo means S, this tattoo means 13. Oh, he put that there. Yeah, it's called a translation.
Have been proving none of the
what do you say about the tattoos?
I say that what Trump said yesterday was an absolute lie.
It's not.
They're
not.
Wait,
they're not
are you saying the MS-13 that Donald Trump claims are legitimate tattoos on this guy are true? Are you saying the Photoshop is true?
Are you a tattoo truther? I mean, I don't understand.
Are you a Photoshop?
You're getting away from the issue. Hold on. We are getting away from the issue, Scott. The picture of his knuckles does not say MS-13. It has
symbols.
Okay, let me just explain to people
that
what we're talking about.
That has not been proven either, Scott. None of the things they have not said so.
Let me just explain to people what we're talking about here. There are symbols on his knuckles. None of them say MS-13. However, this administration has decided that they symbolize something related to MS-13, which is disputed by a lot of people. I am
real
going
quick.
to move on.
I can't.
No. Hold up.
Real quick, Bo. His girl, Brandon showed us a picture. His girl took a selfie with him. She covered up his knuckles with an emoji. His ex-wife. Did y'all see what his ex-wife said?
Recently?
I think I already sent it.
His
ex-wife said
he was arrested from the wife is because he threatened to kill her.
Hold on, bro.
That's facts.
I sent it.
That's facts. Yes.
Look, hold on.
Is this true?
He also, hold on. That's also something.
But we gotta keep it 100. Like the way they trying to say, oh, we don't know what his tattoos mean. Like we don't know that MS-13 have gang identifying tattoos. That
right here.
The DEA and drug and gang enforcement agencies can easily identify by arresting other members of MS-13.
No, this is like the craziest.
This desperate attempt to say, well, we don't know what his tattoos are. Anytime someone has a gang tattoo, I'm sure the gang units know exactly what those tattoos mean.
This is like the craziest level of politics I've ever seen.
That's it.
Oh, this is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because she was dating a gang member.
The ex-wife.
Like,
what type of handwriting?
Ex-husband, my bad.
Do they not believe
his wife, Kilmar Garcia's wife, as it says here, was previously married. Her ex-husband said in court he was worried for his children's lives because she is dating a gang member.
Damn.
This is the court papers.
Wow.
You have this.
It's got the date.
You have this. You have the tattoos.
What more do you need, bro?
What more do you need? If it walks like a duck,
for
if it quacks like a duck,
must be a duck.
And you know, El Salvador also said they're not going to send him back to America.
He's literally from El Salvador.
They know.
I'm just lost at why we have these activists that are trying to get up here and act like these people get the same rights as us. I'm sorry, you don't. You're not a citizen. You're not American. You don't belong here, and we're sending you back to where you belong.
That's it, I think.
They've told us that the process for you people, and you people being illegal immigrants, you people, the only process you get is to be sent back to where you came from. That's your due process. Marco Rubio said so. Hey, that's just what it is, big dog.
Right there. Click it. This is from the New York Post. No. Click the link.
He could kill his wife and get away with it.
Huh? Bragged? Well, let's read, so we're not getting by, let's see.
Alleged MS-13 member Kilmar Abrego Garcia once boasted he could kill his wife and no one could do anything to him, according to a request for a motion for a protective order she filed in 2020. I also have a recording that he told my ex-mother-in-law that even if he kills me, no one can do anything to him. Jennifer Vasquez Sura wrote in a court document she filed with the District Court of Maryland for Prince George's County on August 3rd, 2020. The newly surfaced document, a 2021 protective order request she filed against her husband. In the document, she alleged that he had punched, scratched, and grabbed her with some of the alleged abuse so severe she was left with bruises and bleeding.
We know that's a fact.
Strike three.
This is a guy.
How many strikes did this dude need?
This is the Maryland man.
Hold on.
This is the Maryland man, y'all.
But I don't even understand why they're doing this, because do they not believe? Well, I know they don't believe what Trump said. They literally said we're going after criminals. So
Bro, he had
deportation orders.
He had an adjudicated court order for his deport from 2020 or 2018, something like that. Man. So he had avoided deportation for years.
It's crazy that he was so confident that he was not gonna get in trouble for it.
Her ex-husband said in court, I'm scared for my kids. She's dating a gang member. He's not a gang member. He's an upstanding citizen.
At this rate, Trump is going to deport less
than Obama.
So what are we crying here? 140,000 people.
We behind schedule.
Way behind schedule.
I wonder, did they bring up a Maryland man then?
Is disputed by a lot of people.
Disputed.
Gang
It's not disputed.
I am going to move on.
Okay, can I
No. Hold
Why
on.
do we always have to play this game of interrupting people when they're talking?
But you're
What is
saying...
the point of me being on the show if I can never finish my freaking point?
Okay,
this is getting really annoying, Abby.
Hold on.
Everyone else has made their statements. I have yet to say anything.
Hold on a second, okay?
I mean, Jesus.
Hold on
Why
a
are you
second.
so angry?
Because I want to
say
say something, and I have a point of view to
Everybody,
as well.
hang on just one second. Share, Michael. Let me ask you a question. The question is, has the government presented evidence in court that Abrego Garcia is a member of MS-13?
Yes. And my response,
and the answer is no, that has not happened in court.
We just
but it doesn't mean that they haven't made those claims publicly. It doesn't mean that those claims are not in police reports.
In 2019.
It doesn't mean that they're not in police reports. They're just not statements that were made in a court case.
In 2019, the immigration judge at the time believed the Prince George's County gang unit and the evidence that they presented before that judge at the time that Mr. Garcia did indeed belong to a gang. This is not my opinion. People can Google this crap. They can Google this. CBS reported on this. If a judge believed it in 2019, is it now all of a sudden not true?
The judge granted him a withholding of removal.
No, I acknowledge that fact.
Which is a different issue. Hold on.
But the point remains that a judge found the evidence to be credible that Mr. Garcia did indeed belong to a gang. So now all of a sudden we're just not going to believe judges?
The judge?
Yeah, we can't have it both ways.
I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole, but my only point is that the government has not presented beyond the police report. They have not actually presented the evidence to prove that he belonged to this gang.
So police reports not considered evidence before a court of law?
Do
judges not consider police reports? What are we saying here?
Sure, Michael, what was the original? I actually want Sher Michael to finish the point.
It absolutely is relevant to the argument from the administration, which is that Mr. Garcia belonged to a gang as one of the reasons of deporting him out of the country. And you guys are saying there's no truth to it. There's no facts to this. That's not true.
Nah, bro.
They got Sher Michael.
It's hard to be a Republican on CNN. Man, hey, look at Scott right there. He looking like they got him hot. How you feeling?
He was right about that.
She's annoying, bro. She can't even let my brother speak.
Yeah. Then she gonna answer her question.
Man, they wouldn't let us on there.
Did they do this?
I would have told her to shut up.
Can you let him answer the question that you asked him?
She asked him a question and then answered it.
But he answered the question.
If you knew the answer, you should have answered it.
He answered it. She said, "Is there evidence in the court?" Yes, there is. In 2019, No, there isn't. He just said, yes, there is. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. We pulled it up. We ain't no lawyers. We pulled it up. We got the internet.
Man, pull the last clip of him and Anna.
Hey, bro, Anna is my least favorite person on The View. I hate her worse than, I won't say I hate her. I dislike her worse than I dislike Sunny Hostin and Joy Behar.
Never agree with that statement.
I think if I had to go top 3, 1 her, 2 Sunny, 3 Joy. That's my top 3 least favorite.
All right, what's yours?
Who's your top 3 then?
Sunny, Joy, her.
Wow.
All right, what's yours?
Sunny. I might not put Joy. Sunny or Joy is Joy, Sunny.
Go ahead, brother. You taking forever.
Joy, Sunny.
Sunny is forever my number.
Joy is worse.
I could never.
Joy is way worse.
She's second though.
No,
the
Joy
rest
is.
of them, but Sunny.
No, Sunny's.
Hold on.
Sunny. Joy is old in the range.
Joy.
Sunny.
Whatever her name is.
What's her
name?
name?
What's her name?
I don't know, bro.
Anna. I don't even want to put her on my top list.
She's
like
top
that.
3.
like
What's the old lady with the orange hair?
Joy.
It's not Joy. I'm talking
Joy
about
Behar.
I was thinking about Joy Reid.
I was at first too.
Joy Behar.
Okay.
We talking about the View.
We talking about The View. I was thinking about Joy Reid.
And letting people walk into here without any process at all, and now you're trying to gum up the works to keep them here.
A lot of them came in with parole. A lot of them came in.
polling shows 54% of Americans want Mr.
November
Abrego
polling
Garcia
showed Donald
back.
Trump won the
That's
election.
CNN polling.
We are a sovereign nation, and you cannot just come into our country illegally whenever the heck you want, because we can't do it to any other country on the face of this earth.
Is a legal right.
If you come in illegally, you have to leave. Americans are tired of that. We do not have unlimited resources.
You know who was here illegally with a deportation order? Marco Rubio's grandfather.
All right,
We're not talking about Marco Rubio.
Oh, now we're not? Now that's not relevant?
It's not
No,
relevant.
I'm talking
It's not
about
relevant
Marco
to this
Rubio because Marco
conversation at
Rubio
all.
used to be an advocate for TPS for Venezuelans, and Marco Rubio used to
I'm
be
not Marco
an
Rubio,
advocate for
let me
Nicaraguans
tell you
and
my
Cubans.
beliefs.
No,
If
I
you
know
come
you're
into
not.
this country illegally, you are going home. Simple as that. We do not have unlimited
I
resources.
think a lot of
to
Americans
take care of other
There's
people.
a hell of a lot of people,
guys.
other than the black
Anna.
people who were brought here as slaves who came to this country illegally.
They're
From a
not
lot
the
of
same as
different-
black people who were brought here against our
That's
will.
exactly what I
They
just said.
decided
I
to
said there
argument
is
their
a
butts
lot
across
of
the
people.
border.
Other
There's a big
than the
difference.
black
There is
people.
a big
That's
difference.
exactly what
There
I
is a
just
big
said.
difference.
That's exactly what I just said,
Sherman.
Sherman. There's a hell of a lot of people, other than the black
Anna.
people who were brought here as slaves who came to this country
Hey, look, I'm
illegally.
sorry.
They're not the same as black people.
Illegally.
Simple as that. We do not have unlimited
I
resources
think a lot of Americans
to take care of other
There's
people.
a hell of a lot of
Hold on,
people,
guys.
other than the black
First,
people
Anna.
who were brought here as slaves who came to this country illegally.
They're
A
not
lot
the
of
same as
different-
black people who were brought here against
That's
our will.
exactly what I
They
just said.
decided
I
to
said
walk
there is
their
a
butts
lot
across
of
the border.
people
There's
other
a big
than the
difference.
black
There is
people.
a big
That's
difference.
exactly
There
what
is
I
a
just
big
said.
difference.
That's
Share Michael,
exactly what I just
Share
said,
Michael,
Sir Michael.
and
Look
Anna.
and act indignant. That's
Okay.
exactly what
It's
I
not
just
about
said.
acting
Yes,
indignant.
it is.
Let me
You just heard me
share
say
Michael.
that other than the black
Anna
people
and share
who came
Michael.
as slaves, there are a lot of people from
Share
many,
Michael, I think
many
you
countries
actually
that came
misheard
here
what
illegally.
she. I think you misheard what she said.
No, he purposely misheard.
She
I
said.
purposely
Yes, you did.
So now you're in my
Share
brain?
Michael, listen to me for
Is
just a second.
that where we're going?
You
Share
think
Michael,
I would
listen to me
say,
for a
I who
second.
have advocated
Anna,
for black
please
people
stop.
my entire life would
Anna,
say something like that?
Anna,
Give me a
Because
damn
you've
break.
advocated for black
Anna,
people,
please
great.
stop.
Congratulations. Last time I checked, I'm black. You're not.
Okay, Share Michael.
That's right. I'm Latino, and my people are being racially
It is-
profiled.
We don't care.
And do I have to remind you the history of my people?
Share
Do I
Michael.
gotta go there?
That's the problem, y'all.
I love Sir Michael. I love it. I love it.
You
That's right. I'm Latino, and my people are being racially
It is-
profiled.
it is-
and
And do I have to remind you the
Your people
history of
want to
my
deport 'em.
people?
Share
Do I
Michael.
want to go there?
No, I
Do you
don't.
really
Okay,
want to go
we're
there?
gonna
and
go to
never
break.
know
know the
how
history.
Are you
Raul,
kidding
we're going to
me?
go to
You know
break.
why?
Raul
Because
Reyes,
kidding
thank
me?
you very much for
Because
joining us.
This is your
Everybody
fucking
else,
fault.
hang
I'm
tight.
sorry. I don't even
It was
want to
not
cuss
your
no
race
more.
when I
Damn,
was
Abby.
history.
I said I don't want to cuss no more. But Abby just pissed me off.
Pull up
Piss.
the Gen Z
Piss.
Latino
Not a
voters
cuss word.
map. Pull up the Gen Z Latino voters map.
Bro, I don't got it. All
bro.
the Latino, what was it? 60 or 40%? 40% of Latino men voted for Trump.
No, we're gonna pull it up.
Half of the
We're gonna
men,
pull it up.
Mexican men, voted for Trump, man.
Yeah.
Your own people
Gen Z,
agree
they
with
had
this.
4 million Hispanic people vote for Trump.
Hold on.
We know.
They had 1
Hispanics
million
love
black
Trump,
people.
man.
So there it is.
They
right
want to
there.
keep their money.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
How else can you get discriminated against if you got a ID, social security
Gen Z.
card, and a
That's-
birth
no, it's the
certificate that
next
say you
one.
was born in the United
It's
States
this
of
one.
America?
This is
In your
Gen
mind.
Z Latino voters. Anna Navarro. Gen Z Latino men
Damn.
are racially profiling your people. Because they want them deported too. 53.5%.
It debunks it.
Debunked. She talking about
This is media
oh,
bullshit.
And we
black
pulled up
people-
all
She
the-
said black people were brought to this country against their will illegally, so they can come. Bitch, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Because that's not a
We
good time
don't
to bring
want
that
your
up.
people here.
She said, I said it.
The Latinos brought it down. We don't want your people here. I advocate for you Negroes.
Slaves. Niggas. Y'all did the same shit. All right,
Hey,
bro.
I want you to know, Anna Navarro, and Latino voters don't want your people here either.
All right, guys.
They don't want
Let me know
them
what y'all
either.
think in the comments.